Hello folks and welcome back to City Skylines. As always, of course, I'm Falcon, your host. And I have changed my mod setup a little bit. Real quick jump into here. I set Traffic++ to be in Ghost mode, which of course makes us lose the road customizer tool and whatnot. But I enabled the Traffic++, the improved AI mod from the same guy. And if we come over here and we look at our, with that enabled, come over here and look at this, you'll see most of the traffic in the city here, where this was all, like, just red. Like, this whole chunk right here was red. It was not a single spot that wasn't before. With that enabled, then we only have two red chunks now, right here and right here. And these are both red because of the port, or the ports, I should say, and the train stations bringing in heavy trucks and industrial stuff. It's the only reason those two spots are red. I was able to disable all of the other traffic lights everywhere, except the only traffic light I think in the whole city that's actually enabled is this one right here. This one kind of needs to be enabled because this just turns into a really nasty snarl right here without it. But with it, as you can see, it's not too bad. I mean, it's a little backed up, but it's nothing, you know, super serious. I moved the parks over here that we built. Did I build this on camera last time? I don't remember. I don't remember what I did on camera last time. It's actually been a while since I recorded the last episode. But we've expanded out to here. And that's developing up very nicely. We've expanded down into here, and this is primarily some residential, I suppose, but this is primarily an office and commercial region, which is growing up pretty nicely. I mean, it's growing so fast, it's already no. It's already a couple of level 3, you know, maxed out commercial buildings. And no, that was commercial too. Not so much in the way of residential, but we're working on it. It's growing. It's getting there. I probably do need to do a run through and check out the schooling stuff again. Make sure that all of my schools are not hugely overloaded. That's a fire station. There's a school over here. I know there's a school over here. Where is it? Come on, where are they? There they are. Okay, that's not too bad. Elementary schools seem to mostly be about half full. High schools are a little more than half full, but high schools are generally about half full or less. So not too bad. I think we've solved our school problems, at least for the time being. University there is actually getting to be full, which is surprising, because... nothing for it. There we go. It's a little surprising because we have two universities, and they provide pretty good coverage, though it looks like we might need to build another one up there and another one down here. Just because the coverage... well, those are both new, actually. That's probably not the case. They're probably fine. They're probably alright. So, I have begun preliminary setup. You'll see a couple roads built here, and another bridge that after I moved these, I built a bridge here. Because I'm going to do some massive expansions here. And this is actually not so much for around here. We'll expand up here a little bit, but this is primarily to get up top of the ridge here. Once the time comes that we're able to buy that area. So this is not really so much a present expansion as set up for future expansion. I'm going to do a huge, really huge traffic circle right here to connect all these different roads together. I might also have like one that drives through like the middle or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. This is going to be a giant traffic circle here. because this will be for people coming out of the city this way, and to go up into the chunks up here, and continue up into the, you know, over here and up here. And eventually what I intend to, what I really want to do is like the really big buildings, the custom ones that I have built, that I have downloaded, the ones that are like life-sized instead of these, you know, massively reduced sized ones. Like, oh, not those. Where is it? Most of these are more sized quasi-correctly. The hell is... see, like, well, the Barge Dubai, which is the tallest building in the world, by the way, anyone who doesn't know this. This is the tallest building in the world. It is in the real world, mind you. And it is in, well, Dubai. It's actually... they're calling it the Barge Dubai, but it was actually renamed. It's not the Barge Dubai anymore. It's the Barge Ifa or something? I don't know. Because Dubai ran out of money in the process of attempting to build it. And one of their neighboring city-states basically gave them the money to finish it. So they renamed it in honor of the people who gave it to them, who gave them that money. So it's not the Barge Dubai anymore in reality, but, you know, it's still kind of referred to that by a lot of people because that was its original name and that's where it's located. But that and some of these other buildings like this one and this thing, you know, these other ones that are, you know, realistically sized as opposed to, like, you know, like that, and these ones that are way too big for normal, to be compared to normal cities, normal buildings. Those ones are all going to be placed, or at least most of them are going to be placed up on top of the cliff there. Why? Because it's the tallest place in the map, and I think it'll just be funny, assuming that they can be placed up there and that it doesn't, like, exceed the height limit. Because there's a height limit in this game. But I don't know if that height limit applies to buildings and stuff, or just terrain. But we're going to try and place them up there, because I think it'll just be... I think it'll be kind of funny and also look really cool. So that's the eventual plans for up there. But first, we're going to expand down here. Now, last time I tried to turn this into... a couple episodes ago, I tried to turn this into an industrial area, or farming. The fact of the matter is, I'm not going to have the people to run farms, because you really need, or any of the specialized industries, because you really need people who have minimal education to run those, because the higher education people just won't work there. And with normal industry, you know, you get higher education required places. But with these specialized ones, you really don't. And it is difficult, if not damn near impossible, to develop those industries. So while I might section off a chunk of this and try to develop it a little bit, and I may eventually section off a chunk of one of these and try to develop, you know, well, maybe not there, but someplace, and try to do some wood cutting and take over some of the oil and ore and stuff that is around. I might do that a little bit at some point, but for the time being, I'm not going to really worry about it. Because I don't have the people to run it. Not now, and it's not going to be ever, if we're honest about these things. I don't like the fact that this is not letting me... Oh, that these roads are apparently not parallel to each other. Oh yeah, I can see it now. This one's actually curved a little. It's annoying. Nothing I can do about it, though, because it's long built and would basically be impossible to fix. In fact, it probably is no basically impossible. It probably is impossible to fix. I'd probably have to bulldoze like half the fucking city just to be able to even try and fix it, and even then, it probably wouldn't work. So, I don't think I'm going to care at the end of the day. Sorry, just don't care. Alright, so let's just go ahead and we'll expand. This will be residential primarily. Let's turn off snap, and yes, it will mean that these roads aren't 90 degrees, but I can get them to cover the desired territory a little bit more accurately. And boom. I won't mess with that part. Okay, so this, anyway, is going to be another massive commercial and residential expansion, as well as up here. Actually, this might be, we might do more regular industry right here, actually. Come to think of it. And with that in mind, let's actually set this up. Let's do these roads. Set this up so we can do that. Snapping back on, please. Maybe I shouldn't connect to this road. I was thinking about it, but I probably shouldn't, because this is for traffic attempting to leave that industry area. I think it's better if I don't do that, at least for the time being. We can probably do that. We can probably get away with that. Kinda didn't want to, but we probably can get away with it. Okay. So, now you can set up industry with one-way roads. Excuse me. It doesn't work too badly, but I think I hate how the roads work in this sometimes. Noxious. Kind of annoying, but we'll run with it, I guess. Unfortunately, that's probably also going to cause me some difficulty over here. Not as bad as I was expecting, actually. I was expecting it to be really bad, but it actually works pretty well. Pull you back just a hair. Snap it back on. Right there, and then there we go. Now, this road is not straight here. This is going to be a problem. I'm trying to get this to be fairly perfect. Alright. And now let's switch to a one lane. And if we can run this basically there. That actually works better than I really was expecting it to be honest with you. Alright, so we need to disable traffic lights. Once again. Why are you showing as brown like you're dead? That doesn't make sense. Because you shouldn't be. But whatever. Okay, so we need to disable all these traffic lights. We don't want all of these. All of these lights are bad. And okay, not doing too terribly bad. We can set all of this to be industrial. Which will be cool. And that should basically solve all of my industrial needs forever, pretty much. I should never really have industrial problems with all of that zoned in as industrial. Water's already set. Electricity will actually be a problem because we have no electrical crossover here. So we need to do that, at least a little bit. Need at least a couple spots where it'll cross over. One right there. Maybe we can get one right here. Okay. I may wait for this to fill out a little bit before I worry about placing more electricity, because I don't know for sure where it's going to want to put it. We do also probably need some more medical things. Let's go ahead and throw down a hospital here. We can throw down a police headquarters here. Or a fire department, rather, and then a police headquarters there. Apparently I just got an achievement. I don't know if you guys can see that. You probably can. The safest town. I don't know what that achievement is specifically for. Not that it really super matters, because whatever it is, we've got it. Okay, so I'm just gonna run up all the way to the end here, and then we'll just run over to there. There we go. It also has a nice little added benefit of providing a good chunk of additional electricity coverage for future expansion in this region. Should help at least a little. Let's do a little bit of low commercial. Haven't done in a while. Just around here. No, actually don't do anything with that. I'm gonna build something in the middle there. Nothing there, because that is a one-way road. I don't want anything built on one-way roads. Okay. There we go. That'll fill out that other area a little bit. That should solve any and all industrial needs that I need for a while. Because you see this industrial section, it's not full, but it isn't exactly empty. It's filled up pretty good. Like it's doing pretty well over here. Alright, my incinerator status is still good. If you zoom out here and look, I do have some problems with hearses, with death, bodies not being picked up. And I think that is still residual, to a degree, residual leftover from all the traffic being snarled so bad over here. And also possibly the number of cemeteries and stuff that I have, because I may simply not have enough of them. I might need to build more, because we just have too many people now, I think. And probably just need more death care things to be able to handle. That is a park. That is not what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Lost this last week 30. Over here did 40. Yeah, so I think I just need to build another one, because there's just not enough. They can't get to the people. There's just too many people dying for the amount that I have to cover that quantity of people. So I don't think that it's so much... yeah, I don't think it's so much traffic at this point as it's just that the, well, the traffic didn't help. The fact that this all's cleared up now, they've been able to get to some of this, because this was like almost the whole city before I changed the mods that I was using. Almost the whole city here was covered in death. Like almost every damn building had dead people in it, because there just is, they couldn't get around. They couldn't go and retrieve people because there was no way to get around. Just like physically get there. That, of course, is not really the problem now. Although, you still have the problem. You know what? I'm just gonna build that here. Say screw. Cuts off that there, but we kind of need the paths. Why are you... Oh, snapping. Stop that. There we go. Okay, so that should solve the problem, hopefully. Number one, this has a lot more curses than the... You know, it has 15 instead of 10 cemeteries have. And it should be able to help handle this chunk that's having that problem. That's really the only real problem that we have right now, though. Which is good. We are about to have water and sewage problems again, but that's okay. It's not super... Not something that I really, really need to handle right this second. It's not connected to anything, but that's fine because it's obvious. Not connected to anything because nothing has been built. That's all that that is. Oops. Okay, so set this, turn snapping back on, please. And we're just gonna drive down through here. All the way to the end. So I'll do the same over here. All the way to the end. I might have another exit. I'm not going to build that yet, but I might do another exit and entrance set up over here to service this region. Like the setup here will be for the industrial region here and to try and go into up there. One over here, of course, is the original one serving this section of the city. And if we do another one, not many people leaving. Not many people leaving, but a fair number coming, I think. The cruise ship, yeah, I see full, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Cargo ships are leaving full, so that's also good. And trains. Yeah. Freight trains are leaving full. That's good. And we have a lot of them leaving full, too, so we are definitely exporting a good number of goods. We're making a ton of money on almost 4 million now. It's getting up there. It's getting a little crazy. Okay. Ugh. Look at that. That is off by more than I expected it to be. Mildly disgusting. Mildly disgusting. That's right, there we go. Bam. Sweet. Okay. So I need to figure out roughly. It's pretty close. Pretty close. We'll just run that down there. Now we've got. We should have 90 degrees from both of the. To be in the right friggin' spot. There we go. And this should be close to 7.7. It's not too bad, I guess. I preferred it to be a little bit better, but could be worse. Could be a lot worse. No, actually, I want to come off the. I'm going to continue to come off of the. That's too not far enough. Right there. Is there another spot between these two? Because this is not. I'm not getting. There it is. Say this is not giving me the moving too much. There we go. Okay, and most of this area is already watered. We just have obviously power problems because none of this is of course going to be connected. I think I might actually solve, rather than trying to connect it to the city, which we will do, but rather than solving the power problems with that, I might actually build another power plant down here. So electricity is not doing bad, but it's not doing super great either. So I might attempt to fix that. Let's see, production. Off by about 80. Because the difference between what this produces and what this does, I need another. I'm trying, really trying to balance these out again. Fortunately, it's not really working quite like I wanted it to. But, oh well. Alright, so build that there. Voila. Okay, that gives us some more water coming in. We'll solve the water problem. I don't know if these ever are going to get exactly correct. Maybe I could eventually balance them, but it would not be an easy task, and I don't know if I care enough to really mess with it that much. The lack of people over there will actually be solved shortly when we build this area as a residential and commercial region. Other cool thing is the measurements are already done once we do this once. That. Voila! Actually, could probably just continue down all the way down. That's probably enough right now. Alright, what I might do is I might set up a very small section. Maybe, like... set up a very small section somewhere for, do a little bit of farming, because this is really the best farming spot on the map that I'm about to be building on top of. So if I want to do farming at all, I should probably do it here. So we might give it a shot. If I go in with newly produced or a newly built region, I think I can probably keep, you know, it'll grow up. It'll have the people to expand and grow at least a little. So I think if we do like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, and maybe 5, 6. Alright, let's do like that. And now if I come in, I forget what sections are. Say that road, this road, the one above that. Alright. Okay, and now we set this to farming. Alright, and if we come into here, go out of my face, turn that on, make sure education boost is off, industrial space planning, turn that on, and you can't do tax relief for industry. It's mildly annoying, although not, I suppose, overly surprising. Okay, now line out the roads here so they don't, doesn't overlap at all into any of the rest of the area. There we go. So that'll be our attempt, or our second attempt to try to get some specialized industry going. It may take some time to do it, but we'll give it a shot. And because it is agricultural, it doesn't. It's gonna look really funny, but it doesn't. It's gonna look funny because it's gonna have high-rise buildings and shit all around it, but it doesn't produce pollution, or at least nothing like regular industry does anyway. So we might be able to get away with not worrying about the pollution here too much. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so how are we looking? We'll unquestionably need one or two of these somewhere. Oh, so slope too steep, my butt. So we need one of those. Of course, we'll need a hospital, a fire station, and a police station. Handle most of that. Probably will need another university. Maybe not just yet, but very soon. So I might, if I can find a place for it. It works well, actually. Let's put it right there. That will cover this region and down here. If we build... we'll of course need a couple of these. Build one of those there. Maybe put another one down here. A couple of elementaries going while we're at it. I didn't just build that in the industrial. No, I did. Crap. Moved over one. Sorry. Oops. Yeah. Okay. So that should solve most of our building needs. I will deal with this kind of stuff off camera. And water looking. Nope, goes right to the end, basically, where I stopped building. So that's good. And then we need electricity. And we kind of need electricity even without the, even without building this. Getting to the point that we are kind of low. So the atom is one. We need to build one of every building, essentially. Even if I don't necessarily need them. Let's go ahead, we'll build one of you, and then I'm actually going to turn you off because I don't want you polluting. It's like I turned off, I don't even know where it is, but I turned off the other power building. The coal factory one. I don't even know where the hell I put it. That's not it. That's also not it. Yeah, I don't know where the hell I put it. Wherever the hell it is, I turned it off. Pretty sure. Could be wrong. So let's do this. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, see, turned off. Because it's pollution. I don't want pollution. Okay. We can build a solar plant. Not too steep. Whatever you say there, buddy. Okay. Where can I put this? Yeah, it's gonna takes up too much room regardless basically of where I put it. And expand out one of these roads just a hair so I have a place to line it up against. There we go. We also do need a nuclear power plant for much the same reason, because I need to build one of everything, at least all the basic vanilla buildings, because there's a one of the monument buildings requires that. So build one of each of these sooner or later. Oh. Where to put this? This all says slope too steep. Sucks. Well, whatever. We'll just build there. Why not? Okay, and that will solve our power needs for a good long while. For a good long while, we will not have any power concerns. Not too worried about you guys not having power. You'll be solved. That problem will be solved soon enough once things start growing and expanding. And boom, we can build an airport, which we will be building next time, and we're going to put that down here. I also can buy another territory slot. I don't know where I want to build it, what I want to buy yet, so I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay, folks, this has been the end of the episode. It was actually a good time ago when I should have ended it. So I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching. This has been Cities Skylines. I, of course, have been Falcon, your host. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. And next time, or possibly off camera, we will continue. We'll fill up basically this whole island here, more or less. And I will probably start figuring out where I want to expand to after that. Good good chance I will buy this plot right here. Because with this plot, I'll be able to do the circle there, and we can get a little bit further up the road here. So that'll be next time. So take it easy, have a good day, thank you for watching again, bye-bye.